Okay, guys. It's Old Man G once again making video for Red Devil Studio, and today we're gonna look at an exclusive from the Independent. It's Independent's UK newspaper. For those who don't know, um, where they're reporting the story that apparently Paris Saint-Germain wanted a direct swap deal with Neymar for Paul Pogba. And we're just gonna dissect that, debate that a bit, and just see what do you guys think. So basically, as I said in the previous video, there's quite an it seems to be clear that the Paris Saint-Germain hierarchy are not really keen on Neymar staying. They seem to want to offload Neymar. And Neymar seems to suggest that he wants to leave PSG as well. Reportedly, his first choice seems to be Barcelona, although a lot of clubs like Real Madrid, for example, are sniffing. We also know, like I said in the previous video, that Paul Pogba has publicly said that he's looking for a challenge, and so presumably he wants to leave as well, presumably for Real Madrid. Although it looks like Juventus are also a potential destination. So basically, you have two big famous players who aren't happy at their respective clubs. However, they are on high wages. Certainly, Neymar. Neymar is apparently on, I think, 900,000 a week at PSG. And so this is the thing. So although what seems to be happening at PSG are wanting to offload Neymar on a direct swap, one of the big stumbling blocks, because apparently according to this Independent exclusive, Ed Woodward, who's obviously in charge of Manchester United transfers, has actually rejected this deal, predominantly because of Neymar's high wages. 900,000 would completely. I mean, Alexis Sanchez is on, I think, 400 to 500,000 pounds a week. 900,000 pounds would completely shatter Manchester United's wage structure. Not that Alexis Sanchez's transfer hasn't already, but that would even make it worse. So I think that's one of the big things as well, and just the fact that it seems that there seems to be a stance that that Manchester United do not. Well, Manchester United's stance is that they do not want to sell Paul Pogba this season. They feel that Paul Pogba is very part of the club. It should be this season. He's still got, I think, 2 and a bit more years on his contract. They don't want to sell him. So I'm just curious. I mean, would you swap Neymar for Paul Pogba? I mean, I'll give you my personal opinion. Where the way I see it is no. Okay, I actually don't see an upside here. Some people might say that's harsh. Well, Neymar's a world class, a good player. He would be a statement like Manchester United, yes, but you've got to think a couple of things here. Okay, number one, are statement signings what Manchester United need at this moment in time? Okay, do we really need a player who is often known more so for his antics off the field, and is increasingly more and more injury prone, and frankly hasn't actually delivered really recently in the last couple of seasons? Do we really want to risk that type of player, especially on the wages that he's going to command, which are about 900? Because he wouldn't come to Manchester United for anything less than what he's getting at PSG. Let's be honest. Rumours say that he would probably take a pay cut to go back to Barcelona. Fair enough, but there's no doubt that if he was to come to United, especially with us not playing Champions League, being where we are, that he would demand high wages, and I just don't think that would benefit the club whatsoever. There's also the fact that is Neymar the type of player that we need. So Neymar, as someone can tell, is more of a. I mean, I guess he can play centre forward, but he's more of a winger, isn't he? And is that, for that amount of money, is that our priority signing? I don't think so. For the amount that Neymar costs, I don't think he is. If that was the only area of the park that United need to strengthen this season, then maybe at a massive stretch you could consider it. But the reality is, and as you guys know, if you've seen, follow us on Twitter at We Are United X, and we conducted a poll And the majority of you guys thought that our priority was a centre back, and we'll do a poll at some point about what centre back you want exactly. But we have higher priorities than getting like another winger slash forward, whatever. And £900,000 a week is just it's there's just more, we can spend that money on other areas to strengthen the team. Liverpool, City didn't need to spend that amount of money to get where they are, to get quality signings in, and I don't think we should either. We should be smart about our transfers. And to be honest, even though Paul Pogba hasn't had a great season, I would still rate Paul Pogba over Neymar. I would. I know. I'm not saying that Neymar has the Neymar Barcelona and maybe first year PSG. Okay, fine. But now, combined with his antics, combined with the injury record, combined with the sheer amount of money, wages wise, that would cost to have him, I think Paul Pogba is if there's a chance of him staying, Paul Pogba staying, and Paul Pogba stays. Paul Pogba stays. I mean, maybe if you're saying right, we'll offer you Neymar, and we'll offer to pay half of his wages for Pogba. Might consider it potentially, but again, these are just stretches. I mean, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Let me know on Twitter as well. Like, what do you think that a Neymar Pogba deal is worth it? Would you swap Paul Pogba for Neymar? Let me know what you guys think. I just think that there just seems to be more negatives about it than positives, if I'm honest. Considerably more negatives, and I just think that, especially as we go forward as a club, United need more hard graft, skillful but hard graft players, that are willing to step up and play for the badge. And I think there's an increasing frustration and outright dislike of players that spend more time on Instagram. You know them more for what they do off the pitch than what they do on it. And I just feel we don't need those players, at Manchester United Football Club. Even if it means not going for, in quote, big names, in quote, big signings, I think that we need to prioritise on getting those types of players in the club, not just on big statement signs that are just going to be here to just use Manchester United as basically just a cash cow. Because that's what, at least the impression I'm getting, that, certain players are using it for. Most of the vast majority of our players that play Manchester are some of the most well-paid players in the Premier League, and that means in the world. And yet we're United. You've got some of the richest players playing football, and yet United are battling for top four, nowhere near challenging a title, nowhere near progressing in the Premier League. Still don't seem to have a true identity. It's just not acceptable, really, and we just don't need those types of players in United. I just make that point. We just do not need those types of players at Manchester United Football Club. So yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Would you sell Paul Pogba, maybe with cash to PSG or for the switch? I don't know. Would you want Neymar Manchester United? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Like I said, this being reported exclusively in Independent UK, which are fairly reliable. I wouldn't say they're outright right, but I'd say fairly reliable source. I would have personally, in conclusion, I would have strong reservations for Neymar coming to Manchester United. It would just be a much more expensive Paul Pogba, and then we'll probably be in this situation maybe 2, maybe 3 years from now, where Neymar says, "I'm not happy at United. I want a new challenge," and there's further unrest in the club, further division because of wages, and we just can't have that anymore. Right, thanks for listening, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studios. Please follow us on Twitter at We Are United X. And have a nice day. And cheers.